Congratulations, host, on completing your daily check-in. You have received 5,000 years of cultivation, but it has been detected that you have reached the dimensional limit of the Xuanhuang Great World. The highest realm in this world is the earthly realm. Forcibly attempting a breakthrough will cause the dimensional barrier to collapse, causing the laws of heaven and earth to crumble and leading to the destruction of the continent. For now, I shall seal 10 million years of your cultivation. Consider it a temporary storage. Others spend their entire lives in bitter practice for 1,000 years, merely praying to touch the threshold of the earthly realm and ascend to the pinnacle of this world. Little did I expect that my own earthly realm cultivation was merely the beginning. Junior Uncle Gu, are you there? Today is the day our sect holds its disciple selection ceremony. My master specifically instructed me to come and invite you to attend, to see if there are any disciples who catch your eye and bring some life to Ziju Peak. Is it time for the disciple selection again? Every time the recruitment assembly is held over these past few years, the sect master has urged me to take on a disciple, but I have only been cultivating for a few years. Having just reached the core condensation realm, I have no ability to teach others. Junior uncle, you are too humble. Let us speak no more of this. Is the sect master doing well lately? My master is well. He even mentioned you a few days ago. Very well, I shall nurture a personal disciple for him later then. Here is a clear heart lotus seed. Take it and brew some tea. It will benefit the stabilization of your state of mind. Many thanks, Junior uncle. Junior uncle, it would be good if you went to see the recruitment assembly. As I said before, I am not certain that I will take on any disciples. As for taking an apprentice, forget it. I still wish to live in leisure for a few more years. The seedlings this year are truly not bad. Look, that young man in the blue robe, his foundation is remarkable. He is a fine prospect for body refinement, though he is far more than just that. That girl to the east has sword chi flowing between her fingers whenever she moves her hands. She is a natural-born sword prodigy. When selecting a successor, although talent is important, character must be put to the test. The inheritance of our Qingxuan sect cannot be entrusted to someone with malicious intentions. Elder, who is that person? He is the peak master of Ziju Peak, Gu Chang. Is Ziju Peak that special existence? That Gu Changge seems to only be at the core condensation realm. What could you possibly know? The peak master is not even 20 years of age this year. To reach the core condensation realm before 20 is enough to rival senior brother Li Huangfeng. Among the masters of the 7 great peaks, is there anyone who is not at the heaven realm? He is merely at the core condensation realm. How could he possibly serve as a peak master? Do not speak such nonsense. Taoist Ziju rendered a great service to the sect. What is wrong with his disciple serving as peak master? Changge pays his respects. Fellow senior brothers, little one, did the sun rise in the west today? You refused every invitation to the disciple recruitment ceremony for years. I was merely bored at home and came to observe the festivities. Changge, as the master of Ziju Peak, you have not even accepted a registered disciple in 10 years. This is truly unacceptable. System quest activated. Ziju inheritance. Do you accept the quest requirements? Recruit 1 personal disciple. Quest rewards undetermined. There is no penalty for failure. But system, are you truly leaving the reward as undetermined? Are you playing games with me? Peak Master, have no doubts. Upon accepting the quest, you shall receive the Eye of Truth, capable of seeing through all illusions. Accepting quest, the Eye of Truth has been successfully bestowed. Most of these are uncut gems that could be polished, yet none of them stir in me the desire to accept them as disciples. Why is this body so severely damaged? Target detected. Suffering from the affliction of a life-bound parasite. The innate origin is damaged, leading to incomplete physical development. One must use innate spirit essence to purge the toxins. Only by using a 9-turn golden elixir to repair the damaged physique can recovery be achieved. Taking this youth as a disciple appears to be a favorable choice. His divine body possesses infinite potential, and furthermore, looking at his temperament, he is not the type of person to stir up unnecessary trouble. However, taking on a disciple means assuming an added burden of responsibility. I fear I shall no longer be able to live as leisurely as I once did. 3 years later, Xiao Ruobai had become a vagrant on the lands of Shenzhou. Get out at once. He wished to survive, to become stronger, and to bring each of those people down. Gu Changge saw the first half of Xiao Ruobai's life, and let out a sigh. Although his damaged War God Physique is not in its complete state, the foundation remains intact. More importantly, the determination hidden in the depths of this youth's eyes far surpasses that of children with superior natural talent. Yet that arrogance only made him more appealing in his eyes. What is your name? This disciple is Xiao Ruobai. Xiao Ruobai pays his respects to the senior, but has the aptitude of this child not already been assessed? A mortal-grade low-tier talent, barely meeting the standards of an outer sect disciple. Why would the master of Ziju Peak look upon them? Are you willing to take me as your master? Join my Ziju Peak. This person's aptitude is only mortal-grade low-tier. Has Peak Master Gu made a mistake? It is said that Peak Master Gu remains in seclusion year-round. Perhaps he does not understand what a mortal-grade low-tier talent implies? Although our Qingxuan sect does not judge solely by aptitude, A mortal grade low-tier talent will struggle even to guide chi into their body. Yet he is accepting them as a personal disciple. Taking on a disciple is not a laughing matter, Sect brother. This child's aptitude is truly too poor. It would be better to select some promising sprouts instead. If you do not wish to waste effort in grooming them for your peak, you can send an elder to assist you. I find that girl, Shen Jinghong, to be quite excellent. Her heaven-grade aptitude would ensure that the reputation of Zizhu Peak remains untarnished. Gu Changge, if you merely wish for someone to keep you company, it would suffice to make them a registered disciple. A personal disciple relates to the legacy of the Peak's lineage. Please reconsider. I thank you all for your good intentions. But I have always chosen my disciples based solely on whether they catch my eye. What is the matter? Are you unwilling to take me as your master? This disciple is willing and grateful that master does not look down upon me. This disciple would willingly die 1,000 deaths for you. System. Detected that the host has accepted a personal disciple. The Zizhu inheritance mission is being completed. Rewards have been issued. Activated the supernatural ability to receive 100 strands of primordial violet chi. 1 jar of innate spirit water and an earth-grade cultivation manual. I did not expect it to be 100 strands of primordial violet chi. The rewards for taking on a disciple are indeed generous. This is the legendary innate chi born at the dawn of creation, containing the most fundamental laws of the great Tao. As for the earth-grade manual, a glance at this divine scroll confirms it was that innate spirit marrow can cleanse the marrow, purge the veins, and solidify the very foundations of one's cultivation. For one possessing a fragmented war god body, this is a supreme treasure bestowed upon me by the system. Truly generous to bestow an entire gourd at the very first meeting. Such extravagance is likely unheard of across the entire Xuanhuang Great World. From this day forward, you are the personal disciple of Gu Changge. Come, follow me back to Zizhu Peak. Fellow senior brothers, Changge shall take his leave. The determination in this child's eyes is far more precious than even heaven-grade talent. Who knows, perhaps this child truly possesses the potential to achieve greatness. This young Gu-fellow's gaze grows increasingly peculiar with each passing day. From this day forward, you are the head disciple of Zizhu Peak. Although you are currently my only disciple, rules must still be established. Firstly, do not go looking for trouble, but should it come knocking at your door, do not fear the consequences. I know you have enemies. If you must resort to violence, ensure you wipe away all traces without leaving a tail behind. Yes, master. Secondly, before you have truly matured, if you ever encounter those surnamed Yi Xiao or Chu, especially those who appear plain and unremarkable, yet always seem to stumble upon fated opportunities, avoid them whenever possible. Why, you ask? Do not ask, simply follow my instructions. Thirdly, and most importantly, no matter how much your cultivation progresses in the future, remember to conceal your strength and hide your true abilities. When cultivating in the presence of others, revealing only 30% of your power is sufficient, while maintaining a facade of mediocrity. Remember well, only by keeping your true self hidden can you hope to live a long life. In the novels I read in my past life, those surnamed Yi and Xiao were usually the heaven's chosen ones, protagonists who perpetually attracted endless trouble. And this disciple of mine just happens to bear the surname Xiao. I intended to live a peaceful life on Zizhu Peak, yet I ended up accepting a disciple suspected of being a protagonist. It matters not, even if he is a protagonist, given my peerless strength in this realm, I have the power to suppress him with ease. Come closer, I shall share a secret with you. While I appear to be at the early stage of the Ningdan realm, in truth, I have long since reached the middle stage. I am clearly a being capable of flipping the entire continent with a mere turn of my hand. Yet I must pretend to be a mere cultivator who has just entered the Ningdan realm in front of my disciple. Master, you are awake. I noticed there was nothing to eat, so I went to the back mountain to gather some wild seeds and prepared a pot of porridge. Master, it might be a bit burnt. I learned this back in the mortal realm. I did not expect to remember it so clearly. In truth, I frequented barbecue stalls so often in my past life that I simply picked up a few tricks along the way. Perhaps following this master truly offers a life unlike any other. Put these on and get to work. Tell me, do you know what kind of constitution you possess? The spirit stones merely stated it was of the lowest mortal grade. That is correct. Your current cultivation manual is indeed of the lowest mortal grade. You originally possessed the War God Physique. Once restored, it will be one of the most formidable constitutions in existence. The War God Physique is born for battle. Its physical strength can rival that of gods and demons, and a single strike can shatter the stars. In its complete state, your very birth would have triggered visions of heaven and earth. It is a pity that your mother was struck by a treacherous plot during your birth. The primordial poison not only harmed her, but traveled through your bloodline into your own body, devouring your essence from within. Then, is it still possible to recover? This is innate spirit marrow. It can nourish your origin and disperse the dark chill. For the next 3 days, at this very hour, I will use this marrow to help you purge the poison. Each session will last an hour, and the process will be excruciating. Endure it, and you shall be reborn. Return at this same time tomorrow. The ancient poison has been completely cleansed. Now it is time for your War God Physique to fully awaken. Take this. This disciple thanks Master for his active recreation. This War God manual is the perfect match for your constitution. Take it and cultivate diligently. Master, this is far too precious. Left unused, it serves only to gather dust. You must prove yourself worthy of it, lest this treasure be wasted. This disciple will certainly not fail Master's expectations. What I have received is not merely the chance to restore my constitution, but a starting point sufficient to overturn my destiny, from a mere mortal frame to the realm of a war god, where every strike and every stance radiates an overwhelming battle intent. The golden battle chi within my body has become even more refined than before, and its circulation grows increasingly fluid. It is time to test this body refining technique. Body refining realm, 9th level, great perfection. Master, this disciple has reached the 9th level of the body refining realm. Not bad. You have not wasted this physique. Since you are currently at the 9th level, you must hone your body to its absolute limit, ensuring every inch of your sinew and bone is saturated with battle chi, forging yourself into an impenetrable wall of iron before considering a breakthrough. Xiao Robai, whom I cannot see through. Here, I grant you this technique. It can refine your aura and conceal your cultivation base, being 100 times more profound than ordinary concealment arts. This art does not merely obscure one's cultivation, it can also simulate the aura of various physical constitutions. Suppressing the sharpness of your War God Physique is the perfect life-saving charm for when you travel in the outside world. I understand, Master. He concealed his aura, returning to the appearance he held 3 days ago. Junior brother, speak less. They have come here to see you. Junior brother Gu, apologies for the intrusion. The matters regarding today's disciple recruitment ceremony have just been settled. I've accepted a new disciple, so we came here to check on you and conveniently to deliver some items for cultivation. These are some foundational and vitality replenishing elixirs. Since this child has just entered the sect, he will surely have need of them. Little one, cultivate diligently while under Master Gu's tutelage, and do not hesitate to reach out if you encounter any difficulties. The medicinal potency is extremely powerful. You should put it to use soon. I thank the Sect Master and the various Peak Masters. Junior brother Gu, this child's physique appears rather fragile. It will surely require a great deal of effort to nurture. Since this child was chosen by you, he must possess something extraordinary, though one must not be impatient when it comes to cultivation. If the elixirs are insufficient, do not hesitate to ask. The Sect's treasury still holds some reserves. Many thanks, senior brother. Sect Master, how are the results of this disciple recruitment ceremony? The aptitude of this batch is decent. There are 3 with heaven-grade low-tier talent. If nurtured well, reaching the heaven-human realm should not be a significant challenge. Should their fortuitous encounters be great enough, they might even strive for the king realm. There are also several with spirit-grade high-tier talent. All in all, it is not bad at all. These old men are truly cunning. Their outward cultivation levels are lower than their true realms by more than one major stage. It seems that Qingxuan Sect's ability to establish a firm footing in Xuan Prefecture relies on far more than just their visible strength. In fact, they are even stronger than the previous generations. Junior brother Gu, though this child looks frail, since he caught your eye, he must possess some superior qualities. Why not let him participate in the upcoming activities? To interact more with his peers, it is better than isolating himself on the peak. We shall wait and see if he can successfully guide Qi into his body by then. Haha, very well. We will not force the issue. Haha, Master Gu, they are all nothing but cunning foxes. In their eyes, a low-grade heaven rank aptitude is a treasure. But before this War God Physique of mine, it is not worth a single copper. Go and cultivate. It is a success. This speed is even greater than what he initially anticipated. Master, it has been 3 days. I have achieved a breakthrough. Is Uncle Master Gu present? Disciple Shen Jinghong, acting under the Sect Master's orders, has brought some medicinal elixirs. The spiritual energy here is truly dense. It is no wonder this place was chosen for the disciple recruitment ceremony. Looking towards Zizhu Peak, the Sect Master sighed softly. It is a great pity not to apprentice under Zizhu Peak. That old fox Xuan Yangzi possesses a top-grade heaven rank aptitude, yet he publicly claims it is only low-grade. The Jinghong sword physique is worthy of a top-grade heaven rank aptitude. The potential of this girl is stronger than those 3 low-grade heaven rank disciples combined. Uncle Master Gu, I have come today for 2 reasons. First, to deliver the medicinal elixirs distributed by the sect, and second, to ask you a question. I heard that during the recruitment ceremony, the Sect Master wanted you to take me as your disciple, yet you chose this junior brother instead. I do not consider my own aptitude to be lacking, and my talent for the sword Dao is outstanding among my peers. So why were you so determined to refuse me as your disciple? It is not that I doubt your judgment, Uncle Master. I simply cannot fathom the reason. I volunteered to deliver these elixirs, specifically because I wanted to ask you in person. If you want to know the truth, it is quite simple. Your aptitude is heaven rank, is it not? That is correct, but look at me. My cultivation is merely at the early stage of the condensing core realm, and my experience is still shallow. If I were to take you as a disciple, would I not be squandering your future? But you are a peak master. Does being a peak master not allow for a lower cultivation level? I have only entered the sect for 10 years, and my age is similar to yours. It was merely by a stroke of serendipity that I inherited Zizu Peak. If you do not believe me, go ask the sect master. He is the one most familiar with my background. This disciple understands now. Thank you, Uncle Master, for resolving my confusion. The elixirs have been delivered. I shall take my leave. Master just said he was at the early stage of the condensing core realm. Yet 2 days ago he clearly whispered to me in secret that he is actually at the middle stage of the condensing core realm. I am the only one who knows this secret. Why are you giggling like a fool? Hehe, it is nothing, Master. Your disciple simply feels that what you said is absolutely correct. Still laughing? I shall pluck you bald and turn you into a feather duster. Why are you still standing there, dazed? Go and cultivate at once. You have returned? Did you gain anything from your trip to Purple Bamboo Peak? Master, the medicinal pills have been delivered directly to Junior Uncle Gu. However, the spiritual energy at Purple Bamboo Peak is remarkably dense. Junior Uncle Gu is only at the condensing Dan realm. Can he truly manage to hold such a peak? Do you know the background of Junior Brother Gu? 10 years ago, he was taken in by the Purple Bamboo Taoist and cultivated at Purple Bamboo Peak. Later, when the Purple Bamboo Taoist went traveling, he passed the peak down to him. The Purple Bamboo Taoist rendered a great service to our Qingxuan sect. Without him, I would not be standing before you today. Given the history, it is only our duty to provide as much support as possible to Purple Bamboo Peak. But why is the spiritual energy at Purple Bamboo Peak so overwhelmingly dense? That is the part worth pondering. When the Purple Bamboo Taoist was still there, the spiritual energy on the peak was only a fraction of what it is now. Now that he has departed, the spiritual energy has suddenly surged several times over. My estimation is that the Purple Bamboo Taoist left behind certain measures for Junior Brother Gu, helping him steadily advance through the nourishment of spiritual fortune. Your Junior Uncle Gu is not yet 20 years old. Having cultivated for 10 years in such a lands of spiritual energy, how could he possibly be stuck at the condensing Dan realm? In my view, he may have already reached the Zifu realm. Then why would he claim to be at the condensing Dan realm? It is simply because he has a modest disposition and does not care for ostentation. Furthermore, the Purple Bamboo Taoist left behind many treasures. Anything that could catch his eye is surely extraordinary. Junior Brother Gu may appear indolent, but in truth, he is hiding his true depth. In the future, you should visit Purple Bamboo Peak more often. Even if it is just to absorb a sliver of the spiritual energy there, it will be of great benefit to your Jinghong sword body. Jinghong, the path of cultivation, is fraught with peril. Any tree that towers above the forest is bound to be buffeted by the wind. You possess a unique talent and carry the Jinghong sword body. You must learn to remain hidden and never be overly flamboyant. Just like your Junior Uncle Gu, whose talent is immense, yet he only reveals a fraction of his cultivation. This is true wisdom. This disciple understands. Thank you for your guidance, Master. Observe me. When I am in front of outsiders, I always only reveal the mid-stage of the Dongtian realm. But in truth, that is not the case. I have already broken through to the late stage of the Dongtian realm. Congratulations, Master. On your cultivation progressing yet another step. This child is still too young. She cannot be allowed to know the full extent of my own methods. This method of Master's is exactly the same style as Uncle Gu's. He barely turned his head before springing an unexpected surprise upon himself. It turns out the elders of our sect are all fond of playing such games. Master, if there is nothing else, this disciple shall take his leave to cultivate. No wonder they get along so well with one another. This skill of concealing one's true abilities is truly a match between equals. There is one more thing. Master, your words regarding the necessity of hiding one's strength make perfect sense. However, I am unsure of how to properly conceal my cultivation base. Do you possess any breath concealment manuals that would be suitable for me? It is excellent that you have come to this realization. This is the profound azure breath concealment art. While modest, it is more than sufficient for masking your cultivation. Take it and study it diligently. Thank you, Master. This disciple understands his boundaries. A pack of dancing clowns is not worth mentioning. The sect master will surely be able to handle them with ease. The arrival of the Fentian Palace at this time is likely malicious. These fellows are certainly here to boast about their newly recruited disciples. Everyone, follow me to the sect gates to investigate. Palace Master Lai is a rare and honored guest. May I ask the purpose of your visit today? The tournament of the 7 great sects has been scheduled to be held at my Fentian Palace 1 year from now. Therefore, I have come personally to inform you of this development, so that your sect may prepare accordingly. This news from Palace Master Lai is indeed unexpected. The current strength of my Fentian Palace is naturally more than capable of hosting this tournament. However, you of the Qingxuan sect had better strive for improvement. Do not reach that day and find yourself unable to produce even a single disciple capable of stepping onto the stage. You worry too much, Palace Master Lai. Now that you mention it, this is my newly recruited disciple, Zhao Yan, who possesses a heaven-grade mid-tier aptitude. He is but a single step away from the Foundation Establishment realm. Sect Master Xuanyang, I have long admired you. I am the head disciple of Fentian Palace Lin Lai, 20 years of age. I am at the mid-stage of the core condensation realm. I have heard that the Qingxuan sect is brimming with talent. I wonder if anyone dares to step forward and spar with me? I hear you have also recruited a few promising seedlings this year. Why not call them out for an exchange? There is no need for such secrecy. It is said you have a prized disciple named Li Xuanfeng. Why is he not present today? Is it possible he is afraid to face us? Xuanfeng is currently in secluded cultivation. There is no need. Is it possible that you fear you will have no opportunity to show off during the Sect Grand Tournament 1 year from now? Xuanyangzi, your tongue remains as sharp as ever, but I wonder if the disciples of your sect possess even a fraction of your capability? The disciples of my sect have always kept a low profile. We are not like your sect, which takes such pleasure in ostentatious displays. However, if you truly wish to compete, let us meet on the arena floor 1 year from now to determine who is superior. Since Sectmaster Xuanyangzi seems burdened with concerns, I shall not force the issue. It seems I have underestimated Xuanyangzi. I intended to use this opportunity to probe their strength, but since no exchange is possible, we should take our leave. Farewell, this person has truly sought his own death. They came here today for 2 reasons: to flaunt their strength and to probe our internal affairs regarding the tournament among the 7 great sects. They desire for us to descend into chaos, which is exactly why we must remain composed. From this day forward, every disciple must cultivate diligently for the tournament 1 year from now, not only for the glory of the sect, but for your own sake as well. You must prove that the disciples of Qingshuan sect are inferior to none. Do you see? The disciples of Qingshuan sect are only capable of this much. Wait until the tournament next year. We shall trample the honor of Qingshuan sect beneath our feet. Where are you going? If you have the nerve, do not run. You dared to uproot my guest welcoming pine, and I have shown you mercy by not breaking your legs already. It was already insufferable that you acted recklessly at my mountain gate, but you even dared to humiliate the disciples of my sect. Do you truly take me, Xuanyangzi, for a soft persimmon that can be crushed at will? Consider this beating a small interest paid for your arrogance. Who could it possibly be? If I do not avenge this grievance, I Li Tianshong shall no longer carry the name Lai. Could it be the Qingshuan sect? Impossible, given the cowardly appearance of the Qingshuan sect. How could they possibly possess such a formidable expert? Unless the ancient monsters hidden in their forbidden grounds have emerged, yet the person just now possessed blood energy as vigorous as a raging beast. How could he resemble someone on the verge of death? It must be an enemy we have offended in the past. Ha 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 ha, impressive. Who is responsible for this? Your methods are even more ruthless than mine. Are you truly confident? To think that you would dare to return here. You are courting death. What are you screeching about? Can I not simply be passing through? You look much more pleasant now than you did a moment ago. Let this be a lesson for daring to scream in my face. Do you know now whose voice carries more weight? Why does this fellow's aura feel so familiar? This burly man looks just like some sort of crazed brute. Who could be in such a rush even more so than I? Your strikes were sufficiently cruel. Forget it. To strike them now would be to abandon the code of honor. I shall wait for them to recover their strength, then I will surprise them with a double blow. Who exactly is the wretch who deserves 1,000 deaths for this? Ha ha ha, they say a gentleman's revenge is never too late, even after 10 years. This Qingshuan sect is truly something else. They seek vengeance from dawn until dusk. In truth, I had originally intended to deal with them myself. Now it seems the sect master and the pavilion masters have beaten me to it. Seeing them in such a wretched state, I shall refrain from attacking them today. Let them rest a while. Tomorrow I shall deliver another strike. I suppose I am still too kind-hearted. I cannot bear to witness the suffering of this world. Look at them. First, they were beaten by Sectmaster Qin. Then they were struck by the 10th senior brother. And now, even senior brother Yi cannot help but come over and stomp on them twice. How miserable. They are truly in a pathetic state. If I were to add another strike, would that not be taking advantage of a desperate situation? This is what one calls a gentleman's revenge. It lies in meticulous, long-term planning. Across this vast and expansive land, there are 7 great sects that stand in opposition, checking one another to maintain order in the world of cultivation. The Qingshuan sect is located in the heart of Xuanzhou, anchored by the Qingyun mountain range, with its sphere of influence extending 10,000 miles in every direction. The Fentian Palace lies within the volcanic region of Jinan. They specialize in fire attribute cultivation techniques, and their disciples possess volatile, ferocious temperaments. Their combat prowess is brutal, and they have historically been at odds with the Thanhuyan sect. The 7 great sects hold a grand martial arts tournament every 3 years, hosted by the sect that ranked first in the previous iteration. This competition serves to determine the cultivation levels of the disciples and to decide the rights to spirit veins and ore deposits. The higher the ranking, the more abundant the cultivation resources acquired. The Fanthian Palace possesses a multitude of heaven-grade disciples, with Palace Master Li Thian Hung, who stands at the heaven-human realm, presiding over its burning ambitions. They have used treasures to trade for the right to host this year's martial arts tournament. Their clear intent is to ascend to the position of the #1 sect in Huyanchao. Congratulations to the host for a successful check-in. You have received 5,000 years of cultivation base, and the supreme treasure, the Chaos Green Lotus. You have received the Emperor-grade weapon, the 9 Heavens Dragon Soul Halberd. Ever since I took Xiao Robai as my disciple, The sister seems to have become quite thoughtful. Knowing that I have accepted a disciple, it has started to provide rewards that an ordinary person can actually utilize. The 9 Heavens Dragon Soul Halberd contains the original essence of 9 distinct dragon souls. This item seems highly compatible with Ruobai. It truly draws my interest. Conversely, there is the Chaos Green Lotus. This object resides deep within the primordial chaos. Every leaf bears the weight of a strand of the innate Great Tao. It is truly extraordinary. Hurry, we will reach the territory of our Fanthean Palace in another 50 miles. Let us see who dares to strike again. Palace Master, who exactly was that thin individual from last night? Their methods were far too ruthless. Do you think you can simply run away after doing this? The long-term schemes discussed yesterday cannot be retracted so easily. Have any of you ever seen a palm strike descend from the heavens? It is the Van Fat Pavilion. It must be someone from the Van Fat Pavilion. We have won. During the competition, the Van Fat Pavilion actually disregarded martial integrity in such a manner. So much for the Van Fat Pavilion. Defeat is defeat, yet they refuse to accept it. To resort to such methods for vengeance is truly despicable. The Fanthean Palace quickly send a message for the Sect to dispatch reinforcements to support us. Although this attack may not claim your lives, it will certainly be enough to keep you bedridden for a month. I was looking forward to seeing how the disciples of the Fanthean Palace would be humiliated at the upcoming tournament in a year, but I never expected such an unexpected harvest. It seems there is someone to take the blame now. It saves me a great deal of trouble. The Wanfa Pavilion considers itself noble, and the Fanthean Palace is known for its vengeance. This will be quite the spectacle to behold. Tusks. Ha ha ha, Ruobai, come here. You have practiced this War God scripture quite diligently, and have already reached the middle stage of the Foundation Establishment realm. However, you are too obsessed with explosive power and have neglected the circulation of your inner energy. Just now, when you threw your punch, your spiritual power stagnated for half a breath. If you were in actual combat and an opponent grasped this weakness, it would be enough to leave you severely injured. Cultivation is like rowing a boat against the current. One must not only press forward with courage, but also balance hardness with softness. You have buried yourself in bitter training these past few days. Your physical strength has increased, but your combat experience is virtually non-existent. Should you encounter a true enemy, you would have no way to respond with composure. I beg Master to provide guidance, sparring, real combat, or even facing demonic beasts. These are all ways for me to accumulate experience. This is a formation. Step inside and see for yourself. Master, where is this place? I have raised some demonic beasts here for you to practice your skills. Do you see those mountains? From here to there, the strongest of these beasts are at the core condensation realm. You have one day to eliminate 100 demonic beasts at or above the Foundation Establishment stage. Remember, only those at the Foundation Establishment level or higher count. The disciple understands. Those below this level will not be tallied. Many thanks, Master. I will wait outside the mountain. If you do not return by nightfall, you shall go without a meal this evening. Rest assured, Master, the disciple will certainly complete the mission. Ha! Moving forward. Actual combat has never been a game. To be merciful to the enemy is to be irresponsible toward oneself. With every punch thrown, the War God bloodline within the body boils with increased intensity. Faint sounds of clashing weapons resonate from within the bones. Ah. 43 more to go. Go and see if that old bull has fattened up yet. Do not come any closer. My origin energy only just recovered yesterday. Senior, could you perhaps choose a different place to harvest meat today? My old wounds have yet to fully heal. Although I may be a bit plump, I am not here to be carved for meat today. The snow leopard roasted yesterday tasted quite excellent. I told you to tend to the crops. The spirit rice should be ripe by now, shouldn't it? Do not forget to have the spirit rice prepared by tomorrow. If even a single grain is missing, I shall carve the meat from your foreleg to make braised beef. This is excessive bullying of a demonic beast. Not a single grain must be missing, or else the demonic creature will have its forelegs severed. Is this even a living creature? It is clearly a tame demonic beast. 100, not bad. Come over here and sit. Master, please have a taste. I've refined this meat using my spirit energy. This meat is perfect for nourishing the body, but as your cultivation level is still shallow, do not consume too much. 3 or 4 pieces will suffice. Master, what kind of meat is this? It possesses such miraculous effects. It is merely a small serpent that was stealing eggs. Its meat was quite flavorful, so I captured it to slice off a few pieces for roasting. Disciple feels as though the spirit energy within my body is much more abundant. It is even more effective than 3 days of meditation. You have made significant progress in today's battle, learning to utilize the terrain to evade the charge of the iron-armored bull, and reacting with timely adjustments while dealing with the golden-armored python. These are your strengths, but your weaknesses are equally clear. You are too insistent on head-on confrontations. When facing speed-type demonic beasts, your footwork is far too rigid. This disciple knows his mistake. I shall strive to correct my faults. You are exhausted for today. Return and rest first. Tomorrow morning, I will teach you a set of shadow step techniques. Once mastered, it will grant you greater agility in actual combat. Many thanks, Master. Gentler, if you would. This surge of force is far too overbearing. It clings to my meridians like maggots boring into bone, and every time I circulate my energy, it drills into the marrow. My arm has clearly been reattached, but whenever I attempt to lift it, it feels as if a giant hand is dragging it down, with bone-piercing agony. Master, will my teeth never grow back? Father, continue your investigation for me. It must be the work of that old scoundrel from the Wanfa Pavilion. I clearly held back. I only kicked Liet Tianhui a few times and landed a single beating. How could he be so severely injured? A manifestation of Dharma falling from the sky? I was clearly wearing simple gray robes when I struck. Where would any Dharma manifestation come from? It seems that in the future, I must strike with more force. I cannot allow the other junior disciples to surpass me. Could it be that my strikes were too gentle? The two of you have done well. Instruct the disciples at all outposts to keep their eyes peeled and report any new intelligence immediately. Have those foolish pigs at the Fen Tian Palace had their brains crushed by a door. They actually dare to believe these clumsy, devious schemes were orchestrated by our Wanfa Pavilion. Father, investigate this thoroughly for me. Who could it possibly be? To frame our Wanfa Pavilion, congratulations, host, for obtaining the invincible domain and 10 enlightenment tea trees from the system. What is an invincible domain? Responding to host, with the purple bamboo peak as the center, everything within 10,000 miles is the invincible domain. Within this domain, the host is absolutely invincible. In other words, within these 10,000 miles, I am the heavens. Indeed, from now on, there is no need to worry about so much. The tea leaves produced by this tree can assist one in achieving enlightenment, and are effective for those below the earth realm. In this world, they are priceless treasures. Where should I plant them? Forget it, I shall cultivate a private spirit field myself. I still lack someone to tend to the medicinal fields. 997, 998, 999, 1000. Brother, are you prepared? That devil surely won't torment me any longer, will he? Ah, it has been a long time. My dear friend, Old Huang, I have found a new task for you. From now on, you shall be the overseer of this spirit field. Here is the enlightenment tree, along with the immortal true dragon herb. If you perform your duties well, I shall reward you with a leaf every month. Rest assured, Master, this humble ox will guard the medicinal field as if it were my own life. That is correct. Build a shack for yourself beside the spirit field. You must continue to cultivate the spirit vine grass. Do not neglect it. Master, please sample this new batch of tea. Master, is this tea cultivated by you? The tea is right over there. In the future, if you wish to drink, go pick it yourself. Since your cultivation base has stabilized, I shall pass on the shadow stepping technique to you. This movement art emphasizes two principles, speed and fluidity. It is so swift that it becomes difficult for an opponent to track your trajectory. Its fluidity allows you to instantly change direction the moment you encounter an obstacle. Go and practice. Refine it until you can move through this bamboo forest with total ease. Continue until you can traverse it without disturbing a single bamboo leaf. You must be able to utilize the most subtle and profound speed, all while ensuring that not a single leaf is severed. This will ensure not only that your spiritual energy and footwork are in perfect harmony, but even the wind trailing in your wake will be gentle. This youngster appears to be quite interesting. Junior brother Zhang, I have arrived. Here is something for your disciple. This is Qingwen grass. Do not be deceived by its modest appearance. If brewed into a medicinal bath, it is the finest essence for nourishing the internal organs. I recall that when this lad first entered the sect, his constitution was fragile. He could not even endure standard body tempering soups. The nature of this herb is gentle. It is perfectly suited to fortify him. You are very thoughtful, senior brother. Your tea is as excellent as ever. I did not expect you to possess this unnamed wild tea gathered from behind the mountains. Some time ago, I was leafing through the sect's secret scrolls, and I noticed the enlightenment tea depicted there. Its leaf veins are identical to this tea of yours. But is that not the legendary treasure, capable of helping those at the Great Earth Realm achieve enlightenment? Let alone our Than Huyan sect, even an ancient legacy spanning 10 millennia like the Van Phap sect, would likely struggle to gather even a single leaf to brew tea. Very well, this tea of yours is truly formidable. This disciple of yours has already reached the first level of the body tempering realm. His aptitude was originally of the lowest mortal grade, was it not? To reach the first level of body tempering in less than a month, this speed is not slow at all, though his temperament is merely passable. His aptitude is far inferior to the disciple with the Jinghong sword physique of my senior brother. This child is much like you, keeping to himself, yet harboring mysteries deep within. Listen to me, Brother Zhang. This disciple of yours is a promising sprout, but he cannot simply remain holed up on Zizhu Peak to cultivate. You should let him venture to the front mountain more often to spar with the inner sect disciples. Remaining stagnant like this is a quick path to developing inner demons. Why don't we do this? If Ruobai does not wish to go out, that is fine. I am willing to suffer a small loss. I shall allow my disciples, namely Xuanfeng and Jinghong, to come to Zizhu Peak to keep him company. So, after beating around the bush for so long, this was your goal all along? This old fox is clearly pulling every string to secure benefits for his own disciples. Senior brother, it is not as if I wish to involve Jinghong. It is simply that the girl's temperament is far too arrogant. If she were to visit Zizhu Peak and exchange techniques with Ruobai more often, it would be a fine opportunity to temper her disposition. Furthermore, everything I do is for the future of our sect. Very well, but let it be understood. Only once every half-month. Any more than that will not be permitted. I still desire to sleep in a little longer. No problem, no problem. Once every half-month it is. Look here, I have already gifted your disciple, the Than Van Grass. Could you spare me some more tea? A pound or even just a few ounces will suffice. It is not because I am greedy for it myself, but primarily because Old Stone from Qianjia Peak has recently encountered a bottleneck in his breakthrough, and several youths from the Jianxiao Sword Peak have suffered damage to their meridians. Does this tea not possess the property of calming the spirit and aiding enlightenment? If they were to consume it, perhaps they could achieve a breakthrough sooner. There are 2 pounds on the shelf over there. Help yourself. Then tomorrow I shall have them bring 2 jars of freshly drawn mountain spring water. It is said that brewing tea with mountain spring water makes the flavor far richer and more fragrant. Xuanfeng, Jinghong, come here at once. Master, why are you in such a hurry? Is there some important task you wish to entrust to us? Tomorrow morning, both of you will make a journey to Zizhu Peak. Go to Zizhu Peak? Doesn't our martial aunt usually prefer tranquility? She does not like to be disturbed by outsiders. What would you two know? The main purpose is for you to keep your junior brother company and engage in more interaction. That child has no one to talk to over there. How pitiable. Master is quite right. Previously, I was in seclusion to attempt a breakthrough and could not spare the time, but now that I have emerged, it is indeed time to pay a visit. Ruobai, how long have you been wearing this set of robes? This boy really should change into something new. Since the moment Master Bai entered our sect, he has always worn the same outfit, even when traveling outside. Those who are unaware might think Zizhu Peak is so impoverished that we cannot even afford a single decent garment. Take this and see if it fits. Master, there is no need for such formalities. Go and change into it. Let me see how you look. Master, does this look acceptable? Quite good. You finally look like a proper disciple of a peak master. Wear this outfit to your meeting tomorrow. Senior brother, senior sister, at last we will not bring shame to Zizhu Peak. However, there's one thing I must make clear to you both. The aptitude of that child Ruobai cannot be considered top tier. When you engage in your discussions, you must show restraint, especially you, Jinghong. Do not be so quick to draw your sword. Suppress your Jinghong sword intent a little. If you frighten the boy and damage his enthusiasm for cultivation, I will not forgive you. Master, surely I am not so stubborn and unreasonable as that? You still dare to speak? During the last sparring match against that lad from the Dingjian sect, he had already admitted defeat, yet you continued to pursue him with your blade. Had I not intervened, he would likely still be bedridden to this day. Furthermore, both of you must remember this well. Your martial Uncle Gu detests outsiders coming. You must behave and listen to me, or else I will expose the both of you. Why, Master? Don't be so dramatic. Why is that? The treasures held by your Uncle Master Gu exceed those of the sect's entire treasury. If you please him, the mere scraps he lets slip will be more than enough to aid your breakthrough. I understand, Master. Haha, this is the Jingxin manual. Take this to Ruobai as well while you are at it. Uncle, is all of this truly necessary? Sneaking around like common thieves? It is absolutely necessary. You are well aware of the value of the Zizhu Peak. Who among us does not covet its riches? A while back, while I was out to clear my mind before a breakthrough, I passed by Zizhu Peak and saw Peak Master Shi of Giyu Peak digging holes on the mountainside in the middle of the night. Ha ha. Damn it, the defensive formation set up by Uncle Master Gu is far too intricate. It seems our skills are still nowhere near enough. Senior brother, this net is crushing my bones. What are we going to do? I do not know. Perhaps we should call for Master. If Master sees us in this state, he will beat us until we cannot even crawl out of bed. But we cannot remain suspended here forever. Dawn is approaching, and soon junior brother Ruabai will come out for his morning training. If he sees us in such a pathetic state, we will lose all face. Then tell me, sister, what do you suggest? We could try our luck. Call for Uncle Master Gu. Call for Uncle Master Gu. What if the old man thinks we are here to steal his treasures and throws us down the mountain to feed the wolves? Can you keep your voice down? You are acting as if you are afraid no one knows we are here. What good will keeping quiet do? Unless someone comes to release us from this wretched net, we have no way of escaping. Speak of the devil. You and your glib tongue. The disciples taught by Xuanyangzi are truly just like him. They only know how to profiteer from this situation. If they remain hanging like this, they will truly end up as dried meat. If you wish to pay a midnight visit next time, you should at least scout the terrain beforehand. With such meager skills, do you really think you are capable of conducting a stealth operation? Look at your martial Uncle Shi. Even when he came to the mountainside at midnight, he knew to dig a dog hole to crawl through. But look at you, charging headlong straight into the formation. There are assassins, Master, step back. Junior brother Ruabai, it is us, your senior siblings Xuanfeng and Shenjinghong from Qingyun Peak. Wearing night-traveling attire and invading at midnight, you look nothing like decent people. Put it down. Uncle Master Xuanyangzi sent us here for a friendly exchange. You chose to arrive at midnight? Junior brother, you do not understand. Senior sister Jinghong and I only wish to test your vigilance. Master. Many thanks for your guidance, senior brother. It was my oversight. I shall train diligently and sharpen my vigilance in the future. How did I never notice this brat Xuanfeng had such a penchant for farce? The story sounds remarkably plausible. He even managed to deceive the naive Rubai. My good disciple, you truly should practice more diligently. Very well, now that you have arrived, do not just stand there. Go and exchange pointers with one another. My dog hole, my precious dog hole. Junior brother Ruobai, this is the Jinxian Palm Essentials, a secret manual our master requested I deliver to you. Are you aware? This Jinxian Palm is the core legacy of our Qingshuan sect. It is forbidden to all except the direct disciples of a peak master. Remember well, under no circumstances is this to be leaked to outsiders. I am deeply grateful for the favor of Uncle Master Xuanyangzi. Given the profound bond between our masters, it is only natural that we look after one another. Since you have never practiced the Jinxian Palm before, I shall demonstrate the basic techniques for you first. Observe closely. This first technique, Shattering Stone, emphasizes gathering power within the palm, balancing hardness and softness. While it appears fierce and aggressive, it actually conceals a method to dissipate force from within, making it perfectly suited for your current cultivation level at the first stage of the body refining realm. To build a solid foundation, try it yourself. Channel your qi into your palm. Do not obsess over raw power, but rather strive first to grasp the sensation of the qi. When first learning this art, the greatest taboo is an impatient heart. I once obsessed over fierce and overwhelming power, which caused my meridians to remain obstructed for days on end. You must remember, when channeling your qi toward the dantian, it should flow like a trickling mountain stream. Only when it is directed toward the palms should it gradually concentrate, much like snow melting at the dawn of spring. It may appear gentle, but its latent force is continuous and unending. Old Yellow Tea, your enlightenment has clearly become stagnant. You have grown a bit rounder once again. This at least looks more promising than all that idle boasting. Stop hiding. Today I shall only take a small slice. Since you dared to sneak a taste of my enlightenment tea leaves last time, you must pay your dues. This old ox is truly not bad. Not only can it plow the fields, but the meat it produces can also nourish the bodies of my disciples. Bringing it back from the great mountain all those years ago was a massive gain. What sort of spiritual energy is this? It is all converging here. The refinement is complete, Uncle Master Gu. Even a single cent of this spiritual rice is invigorating. The spiritual energy within must be incredibly abundant. Eat, but do not be gluttonous. Know when to stop. This is truly miraculous. It is 100 times more potent than the spiritual produce from the main peak's refectory. This food is indeed far superior to that of the dining hall. Have a taste of this as well. This is an opportunity for enlightenment. Do not suppress it. Uncle Master Gu, your generosity is so great that this disciple truly feels unworthy to accept it. I shall never forget this kindness for as long as I live. This girl's sword body is even more pure than what Xuanyangzi described. She has shattered the 9th layer of the body refining realm and stepped directly into the foundation establishment realm. Many thanks to you, Uncle Master, for fulfilling this path for me. For this great grace, Shen Jinghong would sacrifice his life to repay you. It seems the innate spiritual marrow and the 9-turn golden pellet are capable of further refining one's aptitude. Do not be impatient, your path must be traveled one step at a time. Now that your state of mind has begun to take shape, the greatest taboo is a hasty and impulsive temperament. The two of you go to the bamboo forest nearby with Gusue. Do not waste the spiritual energy of this purple bamboo peak. Come with me, master. Does this mean I am to slay spirit beasts? Enter, slay the spirit beasts within. You are not to return until you have killed 500 of those at the condensed core realm or higher. 500? If you are afraid, perhaps I shall increase the difficulty slightly after this battle. You are forbidden from using soul techniques. You may rely only on... If you do not slay 500 disciples, you are strictly forbidden from returning to face your master. Uncle Gu, today we were so preoccupied with cultivation that we neglected to spar with junior brother Ruabai. It is truly a grave discourtesy. Perhaps my junior sister and I shall return tomorrow and take the opportunity to bring some freshly picked spirit fruits from the main chamber to nourish junior brother Ruabai. Tomorrow we shall certainly arrive earlier to exchange pointers on footwork with junior brother Ruabai. Get lost, do not return for another half month. Next time wait until the sun has risen before you come. Do not disturb my sleep. Understood. Many thanks, uncle. This is not right. These two children were clearly only at the late stage of core condensation and the 9th level of body tempering just a few days ago. How has their aura grown so powerful after only a single day? This is bad. This old man is the most meddlesome of them all. I fear he has already sensed something amiss. It seems my days of tranquility are coming to an end. All of you bastards, get out here and show yourselves to this old man. Tomorrow you will accompany me to Purple Bamboo Peak to pay your respects to Uncle Gu system. Host has not performed today's check-in. Do you wish to proceed with the check-in? Perform the check-in. Congratulations to the host for completing today's check-in. You have received 5,000 years of cultivation. Notification. Congratulations to the host for acquiring the Kangyun Secret Realm. The Kangyun Secret Realm spans a territory of 1 million miles. Its spiritual energy concentration is 100 times greater than the outside world, and its depths harbor ancient treasures and eternal legacies. Today's harvest is not bad at all. How did it go? How did it go? You did not anger your Uncle Gu, did you? How was the harvest at Purple Bamboo Peak? Did you not run into any conflict with Ruabai? Master, is this cave dwelling of yours safe and soundproof? What do you mean by soundproof? It is indeed soundproof. This great hall of Qingyan Peak is my domain. Not to mention a mere whisper, even if you were to summon a bolt of heavenly lightning, not a single sound would escape. Why do you ask? Did you two perhaps stumble upon some treasure at Purple Bamboo Peak? What was that? Mid-stage foundation establishment. Mid-stage foundation establishment. Peak foundation establishment. Did both of you break through an entire major realm in just a single day? Tell me exactly what happened. First, our martial aunt gave us breakfast and prepared a pot of tea. We each drank a cup. It seems your martial aunt really does have some fine tea. Afterward, she crushed a golden medicinal pill, mixed a pinch of the fine powder into our spiritual energy, and added a few drops of milky white spiritual liquid, saying it was to help stabilize our cultivation foundations. I knew it. Your martial uncle Chang'e was certainly hiding some treasures to assist your training. You were guided by the right person after all. After drinking that tea, the bottleneck that had trapped me at the late stage of Dan condensation was pierced as easily as a thin layer of paper. That golden pill powder was even more miraculous. The impurities within my spiritual energy were completely purged, and now my circulation is as smooth as glazed glass. When my sword intent awakened, those drops of spiritual liquid flowed through my meridians, as if washing away the chronic pain accumulated deep within my marrow. Now every casual swing of my sword can command the sword intent of heaven and earth. This cannot be. This is not right. Your aptitude. Quickly, place your hands on the stone. Saint grade. It is saint grade. You try it as well, Jinghong. I was originally high-tier heaven grade. I am the one and only high-tier heaven grade genius of the younger generation in our sect. Saint grade. Both of you are at the saint grade. Our two heaven grade geniuses of the Qingshuan sect have both ascended to the saint grade. Ha ha ha, you rascal. You skipped over the king grade entirely and leapt straight to the saint grade. You truly must thank the heavens and the earth for this. And you, girl, you have given me another surprise, reaching mid-tier saint grade while awakening the innate sword body. Remember your aptitude well. Outside of myself and your martial aunt, you must never let a fifth person know of this. This revelation is enough to turn the very heavens and earth upside down. This won't do. Tomorrow I must personally pay a visit to Purple Bamboo Peak. Master, why are you going there? Your martial aunt has bestowed such heaven-defying opportunities upon you both. As your master, how could I neglect to offer a proper expression of gratitude? I must find a gift worthy of such a gesture. I cannot arrive empty-handed, it simply will not do. Although this jade pendant can nourish spiritual energy, in Chang'e's eyes, it is likely no different than a common pebble by the roadside, unlike this Qingfeng sword. I had to slay a 3-headed violet electric python to obtain it. In terms of grade, it is considered a heaven-tier treasure. Forget it, the elixirs and spiritual fluids Chang'e tosses to you all so casually are capable of defying heaven and altering fate. If I were to bring this flying sword out, I would likely be ridiculed to no end. Junior brother Chang'e, save me. This wretched barrier defies all reason. I only intended to stop by for a visit. It actually acted on its own accord to bind us. Ching Mo, wake up quickly. Master is taking you to seek a great opportunity. Remain silent and do not make a sound. Master, what kind of opportunity is this? And why must we depart in the middle of the night? Ever since the two disciples of Xuan Yangzi returned from Purple Bamboo Peak, their cultivation levels have surged. That brat Gu Changge must have been hoarding all the good treasures. Charging into another peak without permission is perhaps not the best idea. What is there to fear? I am the peak master of Qinyue Peak after all. What harm is there in visiting my own junior brother? The spiritual energy here is incredibly dense. Gu Changge, you brat, how dare you place such an insidious trap right at your own doorstep? Is this the great opportunity you spoke of? An accident. This was entirely an accident. Senior brother Shi, what play are you performing here? Instead of tending to your disciples at Qinyue Peak early in the morning, you come to my bamboo grove to play at hanging from the trees. Junior brother, stop mocking me and release us at once. How could I have known that you would come to my dwelling in the dead of night, with such ulterior motives? Or perhaps, yesterday I saw those two disciples of Xuan Yangzi emerging from your residence. Sensing that something was amiss, I knew at once you were certainly seeing something of value. Look at these two disciples of mine. Their aptitude is merely average. Have some compassion and let them benefit from a share of your resources as well. As for these two disciples of yours, one possesses a heaven-grade low-tier aptitude, and the other a heaven-grade mid-tier aptitude. Within the 7 great sects, would either of them not be considered a precious treasure? Is this what you call average aptitude? Compared to the other two disciples of Xuan Yangzi, are they not quite unremarkable? You two little ones, it must be truly difficult following such an unreliable master. Disciples Shi Jinghe and Li Mochen pay their respects to Martial Uncle Gu. Rise. Since you have arrived, come inside and have a cup of tea. These two youths are still young, one being 18, and the other 20. At such an age, they have already reached the Ningdan realm. Their foundations are exceptionally firm. Among their peers, they can absolutely be regarded as young geniuses. Martial brother Shi usually shows great care and concern for Zizhu Peak. To me, both the palm and the back of the hand are made of flesh. I cannot show favoritism or treat one side differently from the other. I have nothing exquisite to treat you with here, save for the fact that the spiritual energy is slightly denser. The two of you may find a place to cultivate for now, and then join me in preparing breakfast. That is unnecessary, Martial Uncle Gu. We are not hungry. Nonsense. How can you not be hungry? Having been busy since the crack of dawn, your stomachs must have been empty for a long time. These elixirs from junior Martial brother Changge, you should accept them. You two foolish boys, you have finally found an opportunity to enjoy a free meal. How could you pass it up? Then we shall trouble you, Martial Uncle Gu. It is no trouble at all. Old Huang just ground some spiritual rice flour, and with a bit of beef stewed, it will be ready in no time. Sit down. Junior Martial brother Changge, am I late? A fine stunt, you fat old man named Shi. I was wondering why the magpies were chirping so loudly this morning. It turns out that you, this great statue of a Buddha, had arrived at the doorstep first, and even brought along 2 disciples. What is the matter? Is the spiritual rice at Qianju Peak not enough for you to eat? Still, that is better than someone who spends their days daydreaming about sponging off others for food and drink. Furthermore, no matter how many times I experience junior brother Changge's culinary skills, it never feels like enough. Brother Tian Rizui, did you actually dig up this jar of wine? Back then at the Grand Sect, I begged you to open this jar. You told me we had to wait until the next generation of disciples achieved success before using it as a celebratory gift. It turns out you were just deceiving me. I shall give it to whomever I please. As it was originally brought here specifically for junior brother Changge. Who would have thought I would run into a gluttonous fellow like you instead? You truly lucked out. Stop making such a scene. The beef is about to go cold. Junior brother Changge, this braised beef of yours is truly exquisite, is it not? Jinxing Sheng Mo Chen, hurry and eat the spiritual rice. Once this batch is gone, there will be no more. Changge, where is Ruo Bai? Why do I not see Ruo Bai anywhere? I had Ruo Bai enter secluded cultivation, taking advantage of this time to consolidate his cultivation base. It reminds me, the outside world has been rather turbulent lately. You and Ruo Bai had best not leave Qingxuan Sect for the time being. What exactly has happened? Is it not because of the conflict between Fentian Palace and Wanfa Pavilion? It is truly laughable. On that day, after Fentian Palace departed our Qingxuan Sect, they were assaulted 4 times in a single night. It was truly a miserable sight. I heard their party is still bedridden, unable to even crawl. I have heard of this as well. It seems it was the work of those from Wanfa Pavilion. This Wanfa Pavilion truly relies on their formidable strength to act in such a lawless and reckless manner. If I did not know the truth about these two, having secretly followed them out that day, I might have truly been deceived by their performance. What is the current situation? Both sides have already lost several elders at the Zifu realm, and 3 protectors at the Dongshan realm have also perished. Wanfa Pavilion fared slightly better. Only a few of their Dongshan realm masters were injured, and they lost only 2 at the Zifu realm. The most critical point is that one of Fentian Palace's spirit stone ore veins has been brazenly seized by Wanfa Pavilion. Fentian Palace must be absolutely furious by now. It is hard to say how much further this chaos will escalate. It would be better if they calmed their tempers. This is truly a strange affair. The energy surging within Palace Master Lai is incredibly domineering. We have already utilized 7 types of detoxification pills and 3 varieties of power neutralizing powders, yet we have not even managed to suppress it. Are you people capable of healing me or not? If this continues, this old man's life force will be completely eroded. Sect Master Lai, it is not that we are incompetent, but this surge of energy is overwhelmingly tyrannical, and this injury is far too bizarre. We lack the necessary skill. There is simply no way for us to manage it. As for the compensation, we have no face left to accept it. Farewell, Sect Master. Perhaps we should humble ourselves just this once and beg that old man from the Myriad Dharma Pavilion? It is said that the Pavilion Master of the Myriad Dharma Pavilion, Yun Konghai, possesses a soul-breaking pill that might be able to resolve this strange injury of yours. Oh, you are telling me to go and beg that old scoundrel? He would likely rejoice at the sight of my death. For all I know, this very injury could have been caused by his secret machinations. Great Elder, what kind of insolence is this? The Myriad Dharma Pavilion has been overly arrogant these past few days. This is a feud that cannot coexist under the same sky. How could we possibly beg them for help? Go and find a more capable physician for me. If Xuan Province has none, then search the other provinces. I refuse to believe it. Without his Myriad Dharma Pavilion, there must be another way to heal this wound. This debt cannot be settled so easily. Other sects have also become involved in this matter. Great Elder, quietly make a trip to the Qingxuan sect and destroy their formation. If I discover who is behind these underhanded tricks, I will surely make them pay a heavy price. Understood, Sect Master, your subordinate will depart at once. Sect Master, then shall we put the matter regarding the Myriad Dharma Pavilion aside for now? The most important matter at present is to investigate the events of that night. Originally, I wanted to see the Burning Heaven Palace and the Myriad Dharma Pavilion fight until they were both left in ruins. But I did not expect this old man to suddenly change his temperament. It seems I must quickly send word to the Qingxuan sect. This Burning Heaven Palace truly hides quite a few interesting characters. This storm seems to be even more lively than I had anticipated. Junior brother Chang'e, what are you thinking about? I saw your gaze drifting just now. Are you also worried about the troubles facing the Burning Heaven Palace? It is nothing. I was merely thinking that since the Burning Heaven Palace has suffered such a massive loss, I fear they will not remain still for long. Having suffered the loss of Liat Tian Hung and Dong Tian Realm Guardians, and having lost their mining site, they are likely harboring some nefarious scheme. Who cares what kind of schemes they are plotting? Filling our bellies first is what truly matters. I thank Uncle Gu, but please do not look at me in such a way. I only possessed this single 9-turn golden pellet, and this is all that remains of it now. As for the innate spirit marrow, I had less than 10 drops to begin with, and now, there is hardly any left. For I must reserve the rest to nourish the body of my disciple. Haha, junior brother Chuang Sa, brother does not mean to pry. I am simply astonished by the miraculous nature of your methods. Indeed, worthy brother Chuang Sa, we truly owe you a great debt for today's events. In truth, the 9-turn golden pellets in my possession have long been piled up like mountains, and I have a full jar of innate spirit marrow. However, the path of cultivation is meant to be forged through hardship. If these divine artifacts were to be distributed so easily, allowing the disciples to advance without expending the slightest effort, how could they ever learn to cherish them? Very well, drink your tea. Once finished, everyone should spend some time in cultivation. Pavilion Master, it is said that the injuries of that Liat Tian Hung have yet to heal. 3 elders from the Medicine King Valley personally traveled to the Heaven Burning Palace, yet even they were helpless to do anything. Even those from the Medicine King Valley have no solution. This makes the situation quite interesting. In these past few days, the people of the Heaven Burning Palace have become increasingly brazen, repeatedly provoking us at the border. We refused to tolerate their arrogance, and took this opportunity to seize one of their mines, while slaying several of their Dongtian realm experts. While the Myriad Dharma Pavilion does not fear them, we cannot continue to bear the blame for this incident indefinitely. The Pavilion Master is correct. We have been investigating for some time, yet we have not discovered any unfamiliar high-level experts appearing in Xuanchao. Could it be that an ancestor from another sect has intervened? Take the Qingxuan sect, for example. According to my knowledge, they once had an ancestor who reached the pinnacle of the Heaven Human realm named Xuan Chenzi, who appeared a century ago. If he has not yet perished, perhaps he has already achieved a breakthrough into the King realm. Xuan Chenzi has not been heard of for quite some time. I have not heard that name mentioned in a while. Great Elder, I trouble you to personally make a trip to the Qingxuan sect to breach their defensive formation. Wait for the various sects to quietly investigate the situation. Remember, you must act with extreme caution. Do not reveal the identity of our pavilion subordinates. I am departing to carry out the task immediately, regardless of who is playing these tricks behind our backs. As long as they dare to stir up chaos in Xuanzhou, they cannot ignore the existence of our Wanfa pavilion. With my cultivation at the monarch realm, if anyone truly dares to provoke us, I will certainly make them pay a heavy price. The people from Fenshin Palace want to come, and the people from Wanfa Pavilion also want to come. It is truly becoming more and more lively. Today I thank junior brother Chang'e for the hospitality. We shall remember this kindness. Brother Chang'e, this great favor is beyond words to express. If you have any commands in the future, all of us at Tingkyong Pavilion would not shy away from death to fulfill them. Thank you, Uncle Master Gu, for your grace, and please travel safely. Junior brother Chang'e, is there anything else? Inside this are 19 gold pellet and a bottle of innate spirit marrow. As for how to utilize them, it will depend on your own capability as a sect master. Junior brother Chang'e, I am taking my leave. Is he about to achieve a breakthrough? Master, condensing the core is merely the beginning. Let us continue with the remaining 58. However, the next batch of beasts are at the mansion realm. Their arrival is quite timely. Shadow-stepping footwork. Tell me, brothers, is it truly appropriate to keep things hidden from little Yang Zi like this? This child has labored for the sect far too much over these past years. His hair has already turned half white from such diligent toil. In my view, it is better not to let him know for now. And why is that? A lot of us are now at the monarch realm, and I have already reached the peak of the monarch realm. If little Yang Zi were to find out about this, given his temperament, it is hard to guarantee he would not become complacent and lose his way. If a disciple under my wing were to invite disaster due to arrogant conduct, Dahui is right, it is best to keep it hidden for the time being. It will not be too late to tell him once the foundation of the sect is more secure. Disciple Xuan Yangzi pays his respects to the venerable ancestors. What brings you to visit these old bones of ours today? Ancestors, we all wish for you to take care of your health. I have coincidentally acquired some spirit tea and a few drops of spiritual liquid. Junior brother spoke of some innate spirit marrow. I hope it can be of some assistance to you, venerable ancestors. Haha, this is far too precious. No, this cannot be. We have already lived long enough. This is more than we could ask for. Please, leave these resources for those in the sect who are truly in need. I beseech the ancestors to grant this disciple his wish to show his filial piety. If you insist, fifth brother, your constitution is the weakest. You should take it first. I, old Hu, shall accept it with a sense of shame. This is far too precious. Ancestors, please do not be so agitated. Take your time. This spirit tea is a hidden treasure of junior brother Gu. It is said to calm the mind, nourish the spirit, and even provide a chance to enter a state of enlightenment. Little Yang, how has the sect been faring lately? Thanks to the benevolence of the ancestors, all is well, but the hour grows late. I should return and attend to my duties. This disciple takes his leave. Ancestors, please take care of your health. Hurry, reinforce the barrier with 3 more layers. Is this truly enlightenment tea? I have only ever seen it described in the ancient texts. I feel that merely by inhaling the steam, I am already on the verge of reaching enlightenment. Quickly, brew a pot so we may taste it. Wait, if this is indeed enlightenment tea, we must first adjust our states of mind to perfection. The second brother is correct. Let us stabilize our cultivation first. Fifth brother, you prodigal son. How could you just swallow a tea leaf whole like that? Truly, you are squandering a heavenly treasure. From the remaining leaves, not a single one shall go missing. We must find that boy Gu Chang'e and get to the bottom of this. Where on earth did he obtain such an item? Ancestors, this disciple forgot to mention, the sect grand competition is only 4 months away. Ancestors, what is wrong? It is nothing. The fifth brother's old wounds have simply flared up. I shall go. Do not worry. Such a trivial matter does not require so much complication. Senior brother, you and the others should return first. Once I emerge, I shall certainly give that boy Xuanyang a thorough beating. To think he possesses god-tier talent. In the short span of less than a month, to progress from having no cultivation base at all to the mid-stage of the core condensation realm. And this is still the result of me deliberately suppressing my progress. Master, I have achieved a breakthrough. Do not get too close, you reek of the saliva of a demonic beast. To think I could reach the mid-stage of the core condensation realm so quickly, and there are even faint signs of breaking through to the late stage. Does this mean I am currently on par with Master's cultivation level? Master usually does nothing but crack sunflower seeds or sip tea, and I've never seen him cultivate, so perhaps he is still stuck at the mid-stage of the core condensation realm. With such an excellent cultivation environment here at Purple Bamboo Peak, Master truly does not know how to cherish it. I must cultivate diligently. Who knows, I might actually be stronger than Master now. Once I defeat Master, I will have the justification to push him to cultivate more. But everything I have was bestowed upon me by Master. Even if Master's cultivation does not grow in the future, I must protect him well. Master, from now on it shall be I who protects you. Master, your disciple has finished bathing. Have you finished your meditation? Master, this disciple knows he was wrong. Progress in your cultivation is a good thing, but remember, do not become arrogant or complacent. Master, your disciple wishes to spar with you. You wish to test your master's strength? I dare not, I merely wish to see the gap between myself and master. Very well, then I shall indulge you for a moment. Master, stop hitting me, please stop. This disciple knows he was wrong, truly. Who was it just now that spoke of wanting to see the gap between us? I truly thought that I had put in enough effort. Master, you are clearly also at the mid-stage of the core condensation realm. Why is it that I cannot even touch a corner of your robe? Cultivation level is merely cultivation level. True strength lies in the control of power and the seizing of opportunities. While you have progressed with lightning speed, your combat experience remains shallow. You still require much more tempering. Disciple understands, but to have reached the middle stage of the Ningdan realm in such a short time already far surpasses any ordinary person. Next, I shall impart to you a battle technique suited for the God of War Physique, known as the 9 forms of War Heaven. Cultivate it well. Many thanks, Master. Master, I will certainly not fail your expectations. I look forward to your next challenge. System, perform the daily sign-in. Congratulations to the host for a successful sign-in. You have received 5,000 years of cultivation and the Heaven and Earth Xuanwang Pagoda. Congratulations to the host for receiving 10 high-grade Emperor tier spirit veins. Another day of gaining without effort. These days feel so hollow. I truly envy those laborers of my past life who could enjoy the blessings of the 996 work schedule. Why is it that I do not possess such a fate? These 10 Emperor tier spirit veins, if deployed, would be enough to drive any sect into a frenzy due to the density of the spiritual energy. I shall choose a quiet late hour to place them beneath the forbidden lands. It is not easy for the elders here, so I might as well improve their quality of life a little. A territory spanning 1,000,000 miles, and the ancient inheritance within the secret realm, to him are nothing more than insignificant decorations. It is better to leave them to the Qingshuan sect as a training ground, and handle it all in one go. The cowardly rats hiding in the shadows seem to be growing increasingly restless. This is also a concern for the Sect Master and the Peak Master of Sword Peak. They wish to remain patient and focus on development. If they become careless, these vermin lurking in the shadows will sooner or later ruin the grand design. It seems I must have a word with the Sect Master regarding this. This old man is truly pushing his luck, thinking my Qingshuan sect is nothing but a soft persimmon waiting to be crushed. Shall I lead a few elders to sit them down? The Fentian Palace and the Wanfa Pavilion are clashing with intense ferocity. If we were to intervene now, we would only become a living target. They are about to attack the Pozan sect first, so let the Pozan sect take the brunt of the fire. We shall observe the situation before deciding our next move. But what if Nan Thuong Van tracks us down? Then let him have a taste of the severity of being beaten 4 times a day. Those 2 old foxes have actually gathered in one place. It seems there is a grand spectacle to behold this time. Have you all heard the news? The Fentian Palace and the Great Elder of the Wanfa Pavilion are actually fighting at the Pozan sect, and it is far more than just a simple skirmish. It is rumored that Namtung Vun of the Burning Heaven Palace was beaten until he vomited blood. The Scripture Pavilion of the Formation-Breaking Sect was half consumed by flames. I fear there are hardly any ancient texts left inside. Truly, no wonder the Formation-Breaking Sect is absolutely furious. That fire dyed half the sky a deep crimson. It was visible from hundreds of miles away. The Wanfa Pavilion and the Burning Heaven Palace have not been at peace for days, engaged in an intense struggle over mining rights. But if they must fight, why choose to drag the Formation-Breaking Sect into it? Is this not a blatant attempt to frame them? Who could say otherwise? It is said that the 2 of them specifically targeted the most critical locations of the Formation-Breaking Sect. Even the alchemy rooms and the martial training grounds suffered the brunt of the chaos. Had the old ancestor of the Formation-Breaking Sect not emerged from seclusion in the dead of night, who knows what state the sect would have been left in. I heard those 2 old fools snuck into the Formation-Breaking Sect in the middle of the night, only to run into each other and immediately accuse the other of colluding with the sect. Is that true or false? It is undoubtedly true. The Great Elder of the Wanfa Pavilion is terrifyingly strong. To think he possesses a cultivation base at the late stage of the heaven-human realm. In that case, is Nantung Vun in grave danger? Within Nantung Vun's robes lies the sun-burning order of the Burning Heaven Palace. They say he only survived such a brutal beating because this treasure protected him. As for the Great Elder of the Wanfa Pavilion, it is said that even his beard was singed away. Simply imagining that sight is ridiculous. It is utterly preposterous, truly unreasonable. If you must fight, why must you force your conflict upon my Formation-Breaking Sect? The ancient scrolls and the unique architecture of the Scripture Pavilion were incinerated for 3 days. 7,000-year-old alchemy furnaces in the pill refining room were shattered. Even the core of the sect's protective formation was scorched, billowing with black smoke. Who have I offended to deserve this? Our old ancestor had just emerged from seclusion, only to be so enraged that he retreated back into isolation. Before leaving, he declared that we must demand an explanation for this injustice. Yet from whom are we to demand such an explanation? Those two stubborn old men have made up their minds, each convinced that our formation-breaking sect is colluding with the other side. These two individuals intentionally broke the formation, knowing we are easy targets, treating our sect like a battlefield. As for that old man Chen Tishan, he received his just desserts for stealing our spirit herbs last time, didn't he? To have half of his sect devastated by these two lunatics, though it is strange, why did they specifically target the scripture library and the alchemy hall? It is almost as if someone were pushing them from behind. Who could possibly know? Perhaps it is the will of the heavens. I see this as karmic retribution. He deserves it for spending his days plotting to reap where he has not sown. This time, he has become nothing more than a stepping stone for others. The next time I meet him, I must ask if his heart ached when those 3 crates of rare manuals were reduced to ash. Ha ha ha, master, what has gotten into you? You have been bursting into laughter for no reason lately. Master, surely you haven't been living on Zizhu Peak for so long that your mental state has become unstable? Master, have you encountered a bottleneck in your cultivation and suffered a deviation, falling into demonic madness? What on earth is running through that head of yours all day? Your master is perfectly fine. Compared to a disciple like you who trips while practicing even the simplest techniques, my mind is far clearer. That is a relief. Your disciple was merely worried that you had been secluded on Zizhu Peak for too long and had developed some burden upon your heart that you could not release. Could it be because my innate talent is simply too exceptional, and that the master is so overjoyed by it? Pavilion Master, why would he dare to provoke me? So, the Wanfa Pavilion has formed an alliance with the Fazan Sect. Are you certain you saw the Fenshin Palace colluding with the Fazan Sect? It is absolutely true. I saw Yan Kongyan and the Sect Master of the Fazan Sect conspiring with my own eyes. Since they have chosen to tear away the veil of civility, do not blame us for being merciless. Issue the order to all disciples of the Wanfa Pavilion. As of today, enter a state of combat readiness. Understood. Very well. The Wanfa Pavilion and the Fazan Sect, everyone wishes to trample upon the dignity of our Fenshin Palace. The competition between the 7 great sects is approaching. We shall settle both old debts and new accounts at the tournament, and wake the 3 old monsters sleeping within the Earth Fire Cave. It is said that I have personally granted them permission to utilize the Fen Tian technique. The sect master of the Wanfa Pavilion claims we are colluding with the Fen Tian Palace, while the Fen Tian Palace accuses us of colluding with the Wanfa Pavilion. Now both great sects are demanding an explanation from us. It is truly a calamity of our own making. Junior brother Chang Jie, see what fine treasures I have brought for you today. This old fox must have encountered some joyous event. What is it that brings you such joy, brother? You do not know? The Xuan Prefecture has been exceptionally lively lately. Can such a thing be true? It truly opens one's eyes. The intrigues and maneuvers within the cultivation world are vast indeed. Go and practice the Jiantian 9 forms. Before the meal, you must master the 3rd form. Yes, master. This is the Zhuoxin Jade Pendant. It possesses transformative properties and is an excellent tool for cleansing the sect of traitors. The Zhuoxin Jade Pendant can sense the deepest, truest thoughts within a person's heart. If one harbors malice, the pendant will emit a dark grayish aura. If one is truly loyal, it will radiate a golden light, just like your own heart, which shines with absolute sincerity. Junior brother Chang Ge, can this treasure truly unearth all the hidden moles within our ranks? What is the matter? As the dignified sect master of the Qingxuan sect, do you lack the resolve to purge your own sect of traitors? I have waited for this day for 100 years. The Qingxuan sect may appear peaceful on the surface these past few years, but in reality, there are turbulent undercurrents, yet the traitors are hidden so deeply that we have been unable to root them out. This Zhuoxin Jade Pendant is truly a timely rainfall. However, keep in mind that this treasure must not be shown to others casually, lest we alert the enemy and lose the initiative. Junior brother Chang Ge, on behalf of the Qingxuan sect, I thank you for this generous gift. There is no need for thanks, senior brother. When dealing with the moles, keep the movements subtle. Do not cause a stir that would leave the disciples in a state of panic. These spirit cakes were freshly made by the Dan Ding Peak. Keep them as a snack. I shall take my leave now. Remember, once you capture the moles, hold them in custody. Wait for me to decide their fate. You are the sect master. You can handle such minor matters on your own. In my opinion, the Fen Tian Palace has been acting aggressively of late. They are undoubtedly plotting something before the 7 Great Sects tournament. We must strengthen our defenses in advance. We absolutely cannot allow them to exploit any weaknesses. You play your part well. Had I not been suspicious from the beginning, I might have truly been deceived by your performance. Elders, you have worked hard. I happen to acquire some newly harvested spirit tea today, so I have come to share a portion with you all. There is indeed something amiss. Why would the sect master suddenly come personally to bestow such a gift? I am truly flattered yet apprehensive at such a gesture. Elder Ni, your cultivation base has been advancing quite rapidly lately, has it not? It seems you are one step closer to the Dongtian realm. This jade pendant is genuine. It is a heart-testing jade pendant. It is time to purify the murky waters of the Qingxuan sect starting from here. 3 traitors, Elder Wang Dalong of the Law Enforcement Hall, Deacon Lu Xian of the Alchemy Peak, and the Foreign Affairs Elder surnamed Zhang. These are the few identified within the last 3 days by using the pretext of gifting spirit tea and discussing cultivation techniques to test them with the heart-testing jade pandan, far fewer than I had anticipated. It seems that under my administration, the foundation of the Qingxuan sect remains remarkably stable. These 3 were indeed cleaner than I expected. Is this not thanks to the fortune of my junior brother? Lu Xian has hidden his true nature far too deeply. That day Lu Xian spoke eloquently about the sect's alchemy practices and how to expand the influence of the Alchemy Peak. Yet, when he was near the jade, the gray smoke emitted from the heart-testing jade pendant was so dense it would not disperse. Reflecting on his hypocrisy now, I still find it deeply ironic. Do not grow complacent too soon. You have yet to inspect a single one of the ordinary disciples. That goes without saying. Once the core disciples are vetted, the disciples below must also be recorded. Furthermore, the heart-purifying trial of our Qingxuan sect is not merely for show. Those who manage to enter the inner sect have, for the most part, already passed the trials of character. Among the ordinary disciples, even if a few slipped through the net, they would be unable to stir up any significant trouble. You intend to move the Grand Sect competition forward by a month, using the event as an opportunity to inspect all disciples at once? What is the reason for this? To suddenly alter the schedule requires a justifiable explanation, does it not? We shall simply state that the competition between the 7 great sects is approaching, and that we must select participants in advance. This reason is logical and sound. No one will be able to raise an objection. To conduct a thorough purge under the guise of the grand competition. It is indeed a well-thought-out plan that is only natural. Once the ordinary disciples have been screened, the Qingxuan sect